Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beast Hermitcraft. Grab that Terra Steel ingot. So guys, another slight difficulty, but all things going well. We accomplished it and tackled the obstacle, which was the sound recording device for my computer was for some reason set to default to a different device, and I recorded this almost 50% of this episode. But nevertheless, I'm going to go through everything I did, and I'm going to make sure that you guys get to see it. So what I've learned is that during the pre-production phase, it is best to probably go through the mod itself quite a ways in order to get prepared for the episode. I understand there's a lot of things that are kind of step by step and sort of like simple procedures that can just easily be done by reading one of the guides or something. Perhaps you can get some ideas in between then and there. But if I was going to do a tutorial, I would make a tutorial video. But this is a Let's Play. I might do some of this stuff later in a different video, but for now, I'm just going to try and power through some of these mods, which I did here at Botania. Obviously, you can see everything's crammed in this room, and it's not looking too good. I think what we're going to do, as originally I know, I said that this is going to be just for separate mods in each room, but there's just not enough room. And I think what best idea here is just going to keep all this to blood magic, because blood magic is actually a pretty big mod. So, hope you guys can see that. Don't look. It's a surprise. So what I've come to learn is that I've broken one of the cardinal rules of Minecraft, and I've been doing it for a long time, and that is I have never made myself a house. Ever. Never made a house. I've made bases, headquarters, energy sources, mining operations, strip mines, blah, blah, blah. I've made all that, but I've never made myself a house. And I think this series is the best opportunity to do that. So, I am a big fan of Steampunk, obviously. I mean, I don't know if that's obvious, but I'm a big fan of Steampunk. So what I would like to do is, and like I said, I've already kind of done this, and I recorded the half that episode. I made a XX Shard de la Puta, and I'm going to show you guys how I did that. But basically, I made a Shard de la Puta, and I made island, floating island. It's the 20 or number 20 shard, and I want to do a Steampunk fantasy floating island. Cue the cliche music, wah wah wah. But yeah, I'm going to build a Steampunk fantasy island. But first things first, I'm going to show you guys how I got to that point. For those who don't know, I went ahead and fought the Guardian. Made myself some notch apples. Also, I charged up, make sure I had my antidote charm charged up. I have a great fairy ring. And let's see, I switched a tectonic girl for my sojourner sash because I have haste and everything here. And the knockback assistance is really, really nice to have here. So let's go ahead and get this started. Cue some bad A music. Bad mofo. He is tough. I will give you that. I thought I was overpowered, but I am pretty tough. Now what's going to really help out is having this necrotic on the sword and having the knockback canceled out. And I know I'm not the best at this. I'm still trying to figure out his movement and his patterns. He can be a little difficult. But I will say the Tectonic Girl is a big help. Big help. And so is having necrotic on your sword. Bit of a game changer. Now I will say that having the Great Fairy Ring can be kind of encumbersome, because when you finally do get close to him and one of his fairies hit you, the ring will send a fairy back to lash at him, or back to attack him. So when he does that, and we are running. Oh, son of a gun. Well, that's what I get. Alright, round 2. This time, pay attention to health. Alright. Yeah. Come down, get the music out. Where you at? There you are. So again, as I say, having necrotic on your weapon is pretty ideal. I don't believe you can use ranged weapons with them. Also, you're going to want something that can help you mitigate the wither damage. There's a lot of that, a lot of wither damage. And I honestly, I don't think there's really much of a strategy. I think there's a pattern. There's obviously a pattern with him, but his movement, I haven't been able to predict it yet. I'm not sure what determines his movement patterns. I do know that he does move in a kind of a clockwise fashion, to which that extent it can be kind of predictable. Up. And this phase, he'll start summoning a bunch of mobs. Fortunately for us, as I found out, is that I do have my attractor fairly or just close enough where it is picking up the mob's attention. So it does help out a little bit. The thing you gotta be wary of is the wither skeletons and the witches. They can really mess your day up. And I think either he runs through the phase entirely, or yeah, well, there's a witch. We want to make sure we take care of them. He either runs through the phase entirely, and when he's completed with it, then he'll come back down. I don't think he'll spawn X amount of mobs. I don't think. I'm not 100% on that. But I've noticed that I've gotten to this phase, and eventually he'll, even with the mobs still there, even if you don't defeat them all, he will still come down. So something to be aware of, in case you still have mobs in the arena area. And once he dies, he explodes. Oh! Nice. And my fairy took him out. Very cool. Alright, so yeah, guys, I ended up doing that about maybe 5 or 6 times. The guy's spirit drops are pretty random, so there's no guaranteed amount of drop at any time. Just something to be aware of, because I thought I was going to fight him about 15 times, and I ended up, you get total random amount of drops, so I got 8 this time. Alright, so post the Gaia Guardian fight, I had charged up enough Laputa shards, or Laputa shards, and made myself this floating island. Pulled it right out of the earth myself. Pretty cool. And this is going to be the main area for our home. And I think I want to do essentially some more additional islands, and I would like to put Botania up here, because that tiny little room is too small for Botania, and I think it needs to be up here. It is kind of a mystical, magical fantasy mod, which I really, really like, but I think it does need to be up on an island. So I've been trying to get some ideas for some steampunk-esque blocks, and right now I'm coming up with a lot of dark oak and bricks, and some copper. I think this is copper wiring. This is uninsulated copper wiring, so just make sure to hook nothing up to it. Also, I've been looking into a lot of immersive engineering, and immersive engineering has some pretty cool, like they actually might be blocks utilized in the mod, but I think that some of these are pretty cool for building with. Oh, there we go. And one of my favorites right now, and this obviously it is for building, but is these lanterns, and I've already built a couple of them, but they are pretty cool looking. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some sample blocks together, and I will see you back here. Okay guys, so this is kind of the idea I've been running with. I really like this idea of these lanterns kind of just hanging from the nothingness. I think I might put something up here eventually that they're hanging from, but this is kind of the pathway that I'm liking. This is going to take us right to the entryway of the house. I've been mixing in some coke brick, some trodden both basalt and cobblestone, and I think I like the look. I would try to be very subtle with keep the minimal amount of cobblestone in there, just because it's really bright, and but it does help kind of break it up a little bit more. I really like the trodden dirt. Trodden dirt is pretty cool too. And what I'm also trying to do is make sure that I want the path to be really like dark and kind of like almost kind of very solitude feel to it. And that's why I'm kind of going with the dark oak to kind of conceal and keep all the light out, and kind of keep that glow just from the lanterns. So when you walk through here, it's got that very like I said, solitude, very solitude-like look to it. So I've been kind of just throwing some of these dark oaks down, and then getting to grow. And oh, I don't like that though. I'm not gonna have that. And originally I wanted to kind of have like lantern posts, but these guys don't attach well to things. It doesn't look very good. But fortunately, they do attach well vertically, so that's cool. And I'll come back and when I figure out how I want to have these guys actually suspended, or what they're suspended from, because I'm a big functional kind of guy. Also, fortunately for us, with being a swamp biome, the oak leaves automatically change. So what I've been going back through here, and again, I want it to be very secluded, very dark looking. I know that's kind of our overall look for everything else, but again, I think it's important to kind of stick with the general theme. I'm also trying to not use too much of the leaves on top of the brick area, just because I don't think it's not realistic. It's not going to grow there. So I'm probably thinking to yourself, well, what's realistic about floating out? Well, for me, it's a me thing. But yeah, again, we got pretty lucky with these leaves being stuck in the swamp biome. So it does look pretty cool. Yeah, so this is kind of what I've been going with. I haven't really decided how I'm going to make the main entrance area. I do want to do a redstone contraption, probably like some sort of automated door. Kind of keep the idea of steampunk and everything else. I'm doing my best to make sure that when you do these trodden dirt, you get the exposure of the lower trunk of the tree. So I go back and I make sure that I place in some dark oak wood facing upright, so it doesn't look like, it looks pretty seamless. But I think, yeah, and this is also a problem here too. So what I'll have to do is put one of those grass blocks down from the quantum quarry. And yeah, but yeah, it's gotta be careful where you place these leaves, because it will flip the dirt and it does not look good at all. Hey guys, just a quick update. What I've decided to do is make this path kind of turn, give it a little more depth and feel to it. I don't want it to just be an abrupt straight path in here and then boom, house. So I kind of want to do a bit of a turn, kind of make you think, oh, mysterious, where am I going? Looks pretty cool. Boom, house here. So yeah, I'm gonna work a turn in here, and I think that'll look pretty cool. I'm trying to keep this all surrounded in dark oak still, and just to get the minimal amount of light through. Alright guys, check it out. This is what we've got so far. Pretty dark, mysterious. I just came up with something else, pretty cool idea. Going with the overall form of this build, this Terra build, I want to go ahead and maybe dig a little bit of this out and go ahead and make a bridge over some water. I think that'd be pretty cool. So let's see. My shovel's not doing too hot, but that's alright. Dig some of that out. And I think we'll probably, for now, let's make a lake right over here. And I think I'll have some of these, I'll have one of these trees kind of jutting out. Oh, that's actually not the right tree. It's, where's my axe at? So let's go ahead and knock this down. Ooh, flying chop. Alright, cool. And I will go ahead and place a dark oak here. So, and we will add some bone meal, expedite. Boom, nice. And I think that this lake will kind of run. Let's knock this out right here, and it will descend down into this area. Trying to keep an eye on my my shovel here, make sure it doesn't snap on us. And it's not gonna be too terribly deep. It's gonna be a nice little lake. Okay, cool. That should work. I may have to throw some dirt blocks down here just for the time being. I might outfit them a little differently once we figure out how exactly I want to do this. So I will go ahead. I actually have quite a few. I don't know. Do I have any water? Ooh, I do not have a water sigil. Well, I guess we'll have to grab a bucket. Alright, got ourselves a bucket. Let's make an infinite water supply. We'll do it right here. And here. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the source blocks. Make sure I knock that in real quick. And what you want to make sure is whenever you're doing water is that you do in fact have the lowest level source block be your, basically this is like where we're going to set the overall height of the water. So if we have it up here, it's going to look really silly trying to run off that direction. So let's go right here. Alright guys, we have ourselves a majestic waterfall. I think it's pretty cool looking. And there's our river, and it runs into this little lake over here, which again, I'm going to do something with this later. But for now, time to focus on our bridge. So, I think it's pretty safe to say that we have some... Ooh, I think we have... These are braid. These might actually work out really well. I would like to make the bridge out of wood. The path is good as stone, but I want to do the wood. I want to do wood on the bridge. So let's see. These are pretty nice blocks, but I don't know if they fit the overall theme, just because they're so clean. They're really clean looking blocks. Let's see. What else do we have in here? Disarray vertical. Kind of interesting. Nah, those are not gonna work. Again, too clean, too clean. Let's see. Nailed large, fancy, large, vertical, uneven vertical. I think uneven vertical, maybe? What do we have for planks? Plank? Plank may work. Oops, and let's go ahead and use this. Plank. Plank's not bad. It looks kind of like the vanilla one, but yeah, that might work. Okay, so that'll be our base for that side and this side. I don't mind a little bit of symmetry with this one. Let's go ahead and keep it the same width. Alright, and I think in the middle, let's go ahead and do this. I have to use my pickaxe because if I use my broad axe, it'll chop everything down. So we want to do up and up. And same over here. I know this whole time we've been working on, or I've been working on non-symmetrical areas, and now we are trying to make symmetrical areas. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're gonna keep it the same over here. And I think this generated an overall pretty cool look. This again, I know this is pretty cliche, but the build, I think, steampunk fantasy, typically, there's always some floating island somewhere. You always seem to find it. Okay guys, so we have our entryway, and I will take it nice and slow through here. In fact, you know what, let's do it this way. Oh yeah, cinematic. Alright, very cool, very cool. So here's our entryway. Nice, mystical, creative, beautiful. I like it, I like it. And our bridge, and this is where we will start the actual house. Now, as for the structure itself, I really haven't anything in mind. I think first, just for today, we're going to start working on the doorway. So I'm going to go with, I believe, where are they at? I want to do something with the blast brick. The blast brick's pretty cool. I think it's very, very steampunky-ish. And I guess, obviously, we need to... we're going to have a little bit more of a path here, and then the first portion of the house will start here. I guess the porch, maybe? So that's where our porch will start. Then we'll start ascending upward. I'm not sure if we're going to do stairs or what. So we got some coal coke. Bricks. Let's try some of these dark oak, stairs. My problem is that it's very strange that they're very bright. They're a very bright block, which I don't know why that is. Huh. But again, I don't know if I like it because I want this, if this is where you use redstone or use this mechanical door, I don't know if wood's like the coolest way to go. So let's try some of this blast brick instead. Get rid of this and this. And blast brick. Blast brick way cooler looking. The problem is you can't get any, there's not really a lot of steps to go with it. So let's say, let's go with, actually I'll probably have to chisel these back down, won't I? Go back to normal bricks, crafting, and let's try some of these. I don't think they're gonna work though. They look way too bright. It's not too bad. I'm not thrilled, but oh no! Can you make stairs from it? Yeah, you can't. But that's all right. We can hodgepodge ourselves some stairs. Let's do that. I'm not a fan of that mechanic. Alright, let's try this out. This might work. Okay. And then we will throw another set behind. Obviously, it's going to be a little bigger than intended, but yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Cool. And I want to surround this with more dark oak. Kind of have some uprights. There's 3 and 3. Nice. Yeah, that'll be a good, I think it's a good start for the entryway. So let's go ahead and go with, where are they at? We have some other bricks. We have some coal coke in here as well. And that will be the main flooring area. Now I gotta remember to keep the idea that this is a heavily walked area, so this has to have some sign of wear on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay this down first. I'll come back. I'll get another infinite water supply if we need it. Alright, so that's our main entryway. And I was thinking something with this copper cable. I think maybe we can incorporate that somehow. I'm not sure. Maybe something like that. And maybe we throw some lanterns on top of them. Now that looks dumb. Yeah, I know it's not gonna happen. I wonder, let's try it this way. Where is it? There it is. And we'll go on 2, 1, 2, and can I hook a lantern up this way? No, you can't. Okay, never mind. That's dumb. That does not look cool. Alright guys, I think I've pretty much figured out how I want the entrance to look for now. Maybe add a couple more of these in here. These cobblestone walls, they added some really nice depth to it. Right now it seems kind of cluttered, but I like the depth that it gives, and like the sneaking peek of the dark wood. Looks really, really nice. So what I'm working on here is I've added a couple crates. I want to add a few more things, like, you know, like someone's like coming out dropping deliveries, or like, yeah, maybe I'm like just a drop off for everything, walk in the door, here, get all this stuff off me, I gotta go do something. And then I've added on to this area. This is going to be the main living quarter, is this area that I have all worked out right now. And then this area here is going to be my Botania area. So far, that's what I think I'm going to do. We know how that all works out. But I'm using a block that I really, really like. I went and searched through immersive engineering, and the treated wood planks, dude. Whoa, these are nice looking, and I'm glad I found them. So I'm gonna keep filling this out, and I'm gonna add little things here and there. If you didn't catch some of the stuff, I snuck some few cobwebs in. I broke one over here. Hope those disappear soon. But I didn't want to make them too like blatantly in your face. There's just kind of that one's gotta get moved. But Some of these, when you walk in, if you just like, they'll be right off to the side. I kind of want to add a couple more of those things. I like those. There's like little Easter eggs. They're cool, pretty cool. So I'm gonna keep working on the interior area, and I will see you guys in a second. All right, guys, did a bit of work off camera, as I said I would, and what do you think? I think it's turned out pretty cool, and I'm really trying to focus on that steampunk look to it as well. I got a couple of these windmills from Immersive Engineering. I have another one I want to throw on, but I wanted to show you guys what was going on here. So let's go ahead and go through the main entryway as planned. Take it nice and slow. These are all non-powered lanterns from Immersive Engineering. They have a nice, quaint look to them. Nice little waterway that goes through here. This is going to be our split path. This is going to be walled off here in a second. But over here is going to take us to our Botania area, and this is going to take us to our actual lodging. And like I said, we got our catch-all right here. I'm going to throw a few items in here, miscellaneous. We have our, basically it's our capacitor from, it is a capacitor from Immersive Engineering that's coming from our windmill upstairs. That leads over here with a nice little copper wire. I think it's a really nice touch. I actually like how that looks. And this comes out here and then goes all the way down to where our Botania area will be. I did run into a couple issues with these posts. I wasn't sure if I wanted to point them out. I didn't have any problem with these ones, but anytime I go to hit select these or use the engineering hammer on them, nothing happens. I'm shift right clicking, I'm right clicking, and and you can see that sometimes it kind of glitches out here and disappears. I'm not sure why that is. Oh, now it's not. Oh, there. Okay. Say. A second ago, it was just doing it. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. But let's go ahead and throw this this other windmill up here. I'm gonna have it face the same direction, kind of sitting a little further back though. And I'm not really using these. I'm not interested in having them as a power source. They do work though for the lighting, which is cool, and I really like the fact that I do have to power the lights. That is interesting. But yeah, I'm not really depending on it to change anything or make a big difference. So I would like it right there. That seems about accurate. Same. I'd like to actually sit just a hair lower, so one block lower. And I can. That looks like it's one block lower. I'll go ahead and fill these down here. Managed to make a few not managed. I did have to make quite a few more of these coke oven bricks. Simply because we use quite a bit of them without realizing it. And I don't think I grabbed my generator, did I? I didn't. Let's run back to the base real quick, grab that. So Immersive Engineering is a pretty awesome mod. I have to say that whoever created this, kudos to you. Job well done. Connect dynamo is what I need. And look, seriously, I'm gonna definitely look into start using the rest of these mods. Again, I'm not really looking for a game changer at this point, but they're just really cool. Just like really well done mods. I love multi-block structures like these. Alright, so this is the tier lower windmill. Should start spinning. Cool. Awesome. Alright, and then I will go ahead and hook this up to it. And that will... I think I might have to make another wooden post because I would like both these connecting here. So let's see. Do I have what it takes to make another wooden post? I do not. Alright, one second. So if you're not familiar with Immersive Engineering, you can see right now that this windmill is actually moving a lot slower than this one, which again, not using for any sort of power, but if I was, I don't think I'd be too happy with that one. So let's go ahead and pop that up there. They're like little power lines. It's pretty cool. The weird thing is I don't know what it is, but sometimes I just don't have any problems with them. But there's just that one over there that in particular that seems to be giving me a lot of issues. So what's cool about it, though, is the circuitry. You don't actually lay anything down; it just does it for you. Alright, and then I don't... Will that work? That is a good question. What? You cannot attach this wire here. That's weird. Why not? Huh. Can someone explain to me why can I connect this wire here? Perhaps maybe I add an additional one? Guess I wonder if that's obstructed. No, it's not. You must have to have additional... Maybe you can't hook things up with the same capacitor. Interesting. Well, I don't know. Again, not really too worried about it. I just wanted this for mostly cosmetic purposes, so... All good. All good. So let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, the clouds are a little annoying, but you know, the whole intended thing about this is just for looks, and I think we managed to pull that off. The next step, which I'm probably going to do in between episodes, is start pulling all the Botania stuff up here, and then I think we're going to need to get this a little decoration. But that is something for the next episode, guys. Unfortunately, we'll have to wrap it up. We're running out of time. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again. Bye-bye.